Hello everyone, and welcome to a Breazehome version 5.0 tutorial video. My name is Dan Parchment. I am a member of the Agent and Profile Management team, and today I will be walking you through how to use the Agent User features that we created for this version of Breazehome. To begin, I'll first explain the different features that we implemented for Breazehome version 5.0 for the Agent users. 1. We created agent accounts. So agents can now register and create accounts on Breazehome. 2. We allowed administrators to verify those agents and set their agent accounts as verified. 3. We allowed agents to have their own profile page for users to visit and search for, as well as showcased information that the agent provided during registration. 4. We provided a way for agents to edit their accounts in real time. 5. We allowed a way for agents to show their listings on Breazehome based on their license number and the listings that they currently have on Breazehome. And 6. We allowed agents to get reviewed by other users. And 7. We finally allowed agents to chat with other users on Breazehome in real time. So those are the 7 features that I'm going to be walking you through today. So the first feature that we're going to be talking about today is the agent account creation. Originally, when Breazehome was created, it didn't have a way for agents to create accounts. So our team came in and actually implemented that feature into Breazehome. So what I'm going to show you right now is how to actually go about creating an agent account. So, assuming that you are an agent, you're going to go over to the Login and Sign Up button, you're going to click on it, and you're going to navigate to the Create a New Account button. When you click on it, you'll be given a modal window that gives you 2 options to choose from. You can either create a non-realtor account, which is what we consider a regular user, or you can go to the right over here and create a new realtor account. So because we're assuming that you are a realtor, we're going to click on the Create a New Agent Account option. Alright, so now we're going to have a registration window here that you have to fill out. So I'm going to go through and just basically explain all the fields. So your email address is basically your username. It's how you're going to log into the site, and it's going to be your unique identifier. Then your password, that's just to protect your account, is also used for login and registration. Then we need your first name, your last name, your gender, your address, so your place of work, where you work, the city that you work in, and the state that you work in. Next, you need to enter in your real estate license, and then the company you work for. If you work for one of the top 6 companies for real estate, it will show up here, and you can select it. If you are self-employed, you can select self-employed. Or if your account or your company isn't here, don't worry, you can click on Other and enter your account here, your company here. Next, you can enter your job title. Either you're a real estate associate or you're a real estate broker. And then you can select any of the 3 certifications that you currently have right here. Next, you're going to enter your area of expertise, which is the zip codes of areas that you are most familiar working in. Next, you're going to enter your phone number, and then enter a security question and a security answer. This is just for account security. Finally, you're going to enter in a short bio of yourself, just basically an explanation of who you are, your skill set, and why you should be chosen, or why you should be picked for work. And then when you're done, you're going to click the Sign Up button. So I'm going to quickly jump in here and just fill in some information with an account that I created. So I'm going to just quickly zoom through that. All right, so now that we're done, I've clicked sign up, and I've now been sent over to the agent profile page. We will discuss this in the next part of the video. All right, so the next part of this video will be detailing the agent profile page. So basically, I'm just going to go through and show you all the different things that are on this page, but we'll go into more detail with these different tabs in the other parts of the video. So first, as we can see the agent's name and their place of work, which is for our guy that we just created, Ferdinand Lager in Davie, Florida. We can see that he's not verified, that he has no rating, and that he has no reviews. At the bottom part here, we can see 4 different tabs. These 4 tabs are available because we are the agent. So we can see his bio and information, which we entered during registration, along with all the information here about him that we believe is important for buyers and sellers to know. We can see his listings tabs, where we can see available listings. We can see that he currently has no reviews, but this is where we would see reviews if he had them. And because we are the agent who owns this account, we can also edit the account here. And we can also see that the information here is filled with the information that we filled out during registration. So this is basically the profile page. I'm going to jump in as a regular user and show you his profile page from a different perspective, from a regular user. So I'm going to do that really quickly. All right, so I'm logged in as a regular user, and we can see this by going over to our profile page and seeing that we don't have the agent profile page. And I'm going to go ahead and visit the agent. As we can see, we see all the information that he filled out, but we have some extra information. We can send him an email, we can chat with him now, we can still view his listings, and this time when we go on reviews, we're given a form that we can fill out. So because we aren't the agent who owns the account, we are unable to see the edit account tab because we're not going to be able to edit his account. So this is basically the profile page, and in the next part, I will go over the agent having verification. All right, so in this third part, this is geared towards administrators of Breazehome. We will show you how to verify an agent. So go over to the API route and log in as your administrator account and navigate to the agent profiles view. As we can see, here is the agent that we just created. We're going to go visit his account by typing 37 into the URL here to get to his ID. And now we're going to be visiting his page. So as we can see here, there's this button here that says verified. And basically, whenever an agent creates an account, they're set to unverified by default. They're not set to verified. They're unverified by default. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go over to My Florida License, and we're going to see if the information here is lined up to the information provided by that agent. So I'm going to go over to My Florida License right now. We're going to verify a license, and we're going to search by name. We're looking for a real estate license, and we know that our guy's first name is Ferdinand, and we know that his last name is Lager. So we're going to perform the search, and as we can see, his information does show up here. And so what I'm going to do is click on this account, and we can see that his address. Let's go check his address. Those line up. His county and city all line up here, so we can see that his city is Davie in Florida. So all that lines up. we're going to check and see that his license actually lines up. So we see his license number is 524132. And if we go here, we see that it is 524132. The 0 in front is just because it needs to have a certain number of characters in the license, so a 0 is appended to it by default, but basically we could ignore that. And we can see that he is currently active, so he's not an inactive agent. And we can see that his rank is broker, so he's a real estate broker. Let's see if he put that there. Yes, he's a real estate broker. So we see that all the information lines up, so we're going to go ahead and verify him. He is who he says he is. And we're going to put that. And now we see that verification is true. So now if we go and navigate over to the agent's account and we refresh the page, we will see that his verification is now set to yes. This is also true for the regular users who view his account. So we're going to go over to the regular user and we're going to refresh the page. And we can see that he is actually verified for end users as well. So this was verification. In the next part, we're going to go ahead and look at agent account editing. All right, so in this next part, we're going to cover agent account editing. So we're logged in over here as Ferdinand Lager, and we're on his profile page right now. So we're going to go and navigate over to the fourth tab over here, which is Edit Your Account. We're going to click on it, and now we're going to be given a huge form here. And this is basically the same form that we used to create an account. And as you can see here, it's filled with all the information that we had filled out during registration. So let's say that Ferdinand here got himself a new real estate license. And we're gonna click on it right here. It's the Senior Real Estate Specialist certification. And now let's say that he no longer works out of Davie. He works in Coral Springs now. So we're gonna go ahead and do this, change these things here. And as you can actually see up here, the information does change in real time. And now I'm going to submit the information. And we should get a message letting us know that the account was successfully updated. All right, here's our message. And as we can see, the information has changed. We can see his extra certification here. We can see that he is no longer, he's moved addresses. And we can see that change here as well. Let's refresh the page and just show that it still stays. So yeah, so as we can see, the information still changes over through refreshes. And we're going to go over to the regular user's account, and we're going to see if that information has also changed. So I'm going to refresh the page. And as we can see, yes, the information here has changed, and it reflects the new information that the agent provided. So that was the agent account editing. In the next part of this tutorial video, we're going to go over agent listings. All right, so in this next part, we're going to be covering agent listings. So agents are able to showcase on their profile pages the current property listings that they have on Breazehome. So on Breazehome, we get the property data from an MLS database, and we take that data and place it onto Breazehome. And each of these properties has an agent associated to them, normally through a name and a license number. So we take that license number and we see if the agent who created an account on Breazehome has any properties that have that license associated to them. And then we list them here in the listings tab. And From there, you can navigate to those properties. So let's click on Ferdinand's listings and see what he currently has. So as we can see, Ferdinand has 3 properties currently on Breazehome that he's working with right now. And we can click on these properties to go view his listings. So let's go and click on this one here. And as you can see, we're able to navigate to it and view all the data for it. Now we're going to go ahead and click on this little button here. It's a profile image on his contact agent card. And by clicking on it, we're actually sent back to his profile page where we can contact him and we can chat with him and we can do everything that we need to do with the agent. And because we're on a regular user account, we can actually chat with him now if we really wanted to. But this is a quick and easy way to find all the listings for an agent. So thank you for watching this part of the tutorial. In the next part, we will be covering agent reviews and ratings. All right, so in this next part, we're going to cover agent reviews and ratings. So right now, I'm logged in as a regular user, and I'm going to go to the Find Your Agent button here. And we're going to click on it, and it's going to send us this page where we can actually search for all the agents that are currently registered on Breazehome. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to search for our agent that we created, Ferdinand. There he is. And here's his account, and we can see some information about him here. So I'm going to click on his account, and as you can see here, he has no current ratings and no current reviews. So I'm going to log in, go to his review page here, and I'm going to write a review. So I'm going to say that Ferdinand is one of the best agents that I have worked with. 5 out of 5. And I'm going to give him a score of 5.0. And we're going to submit the review. We get a message saying we successfully posted a review. And then we can actually see our review here. So we can say here that who the author is. So this is us here. We can see the rating that we gave and then our score. Also, as you can notice here, we can only review each agent once. So you can't add multiple reviews. In the future, we will be able to edit and delete reviews or update them. So as we can see here, his review count increased by 1, but we need to refresh for the rating. The reason for refreshing here, and because it's not in real time, is because the rating can change all the time. And so instead of just having the page constantly updating this, we just decide to update it on each page refresh so that we can get them in bulk instead of getting them like 100 reviews individually. So let's refresh here. And as we can see, his rating has gone up to 5.0. So let's go back to our search page, Find Your Agent, and we're going to sort by ratings. And as we can see, all the agents with 5.0 ratings show up here, including our Ferdinand Liger, who we just reviewed. So I'm actually going to log out and log in as a regular user here. Right, this is a regular user. So I'm going to go find my agent. I'm going to go back to Ferdinand Liger, and I'm going to give a different review this time. I'm going to say, don't believe the other guy. Ferdinand is one of the worst agents I have worked with thus far. And we're going to go ahead and give him a score of 1.0 and submit that review. And okay, so looking at these ratings, the average rating is now going to be 3 because we have 2 ratings here of 5.0 and 1.0, which totals 6.0, and then the average of that is 6.0 divided by 2, which is 3. So we can see that the review count upgraded by 1, so we have 2 reviews. And now if we refresh the page, we should see his rating drop down to 3, which is exactly what we see here. And I'm going to go jump over to the agent's page itself so we can see what Ferdinand sees. So if we refresh his page, we can see that his rating has increased. And if we go to reviews, we can actually see the reviews of that agent, of the people who reviewed the agent. But we notice that we can't actually review ourselves. The form is not available because this is our account and we shouldn't be able to review ourselves. So also, let's jump over to the Find Your Agent and let's go look at another agent and see if we can review that agent while being another agent. So let's look at Susan Penn here and we can go over to her reviews. But notice here, as an agent, you're not allowed to rate other agents. So agents are not allowed to rate other agents because that can cause some agents to purposefully upvote or downvote specific agents they like or dislike. So that's the rating and review system. And in the next part, we will take a look at the chat system. Just for notice, the search feature that we saw here was mainly implemented by members of the chat team. They implemented the agent search feature. We worked with them to integrate our agents into their search page. So I just want to give a shout out to that team. All right, so in the final part of this tutorial, we're gonna go over the agent chatting system. So to give a shout out to the other team who created this, the chat team implemented the chat feature. We work with them to integrate it with agents so that agents can talk in real time with any user who wants to chat with that agent. In their videos, they'll probably go more in depth in here. I'm just going to show it working on our end over here. So I'm logged in right now as a regular user and I'm viewing our friend Ferdinand Lager that we created earlier. So we're on his bio and information page, and over here we get a link for contact links. We're going to do the chat with me now link. So if we click on this, we're going to get this little bubble over here, this little chat bubble over here. We're going to click on it, and we can send a message over to Ferdinand. All right, and now we're going to jump over to Ferdinand's page. So we're logged in as Ferdinand currently. So if we refresh the page, we're going to notice down here that we have a little chat bubble here with a 1 on it, meaning we have an unread message. So clicking on it, we can see who sent it to us and what the message is. So now we can respond back. And if we go back to the other page, we can see that real-time chats can occur between users and agents. All right, so this was a really short tutorial on how to do that. And that also concludes the agent features that we implemented on Breazehome for version 5.0. Thank you for taking the time to watch this, and we will be seeing you guys in the future.